If God's gift to mankind had another name, it would be Jonathan, who is your host. If you love all things comic book and all things cinema, you're at the right place. Welcome to Comic Book Cinema.
What's up, comic book movie fans? My name is Jonathan, this is Comic Book Cinema, and today we're going to discuss the news. So, starting things off with Robert Downey Jr. and whether or not he's going to return. There have been so many rumors and rumblings that this could happen for quite some time, and rightfully so. Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Iron Man is probably one of, if not the most beloved portrayals of a comic book movie character of all time. Spoilers for the 2019 movie Avengers Endgame, but if you haven't seen it yet, be forewarned. But Robert Downey Jr.'s character dies at the end of that film. But we all know this is Marvel, and deaths really don't matter. We found that out with Coulson, we found that out with Loki, just to name a few. And at the end of the day, the only person that ever really stays dead in the Marvel Universe is Uncle Ben. Now that we've recently opened Pandora's box with the multiverse and the endless possibilities there, Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Iron Man is a very high possibility. I'm going to give my prediction right here on the show. I would say that it's an 85% chance of this happening in Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And quite simply, this is going to be a variant of the Tony Stark that we all know and love. It's not going to be the exact Tony Stark that we knew from the 616 universe. But let me tell you something, folks. Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back. If I had to put $1,000 on this, I'm going Tony Stark's coming back. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Steven Yeun, everyone's favorite actor from The Walking Dead, will be joining the cast of the Thunderbolts. As to what role he's playing, we currently do not know. Some people have speculated that it could possibly be the Sentry. God, I hope not. Not only does he not have the physicality of this character from the comics, but he literally looks nothing like the character. Straight up. Do you guys see any resemblance here? Aren't comics a visual medium? Is it too much to ask for our characters to look like they do in the pages of these comics? Apparently these days it is. These movie studios like Disney go out of their way to race swap characters as often as they possibly can. Why they do this, I'm not sure. Maybe me talking about this right now is the very reason that they do it. Because hey, there's more buzz, more talk about the film before it comes out. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm a purist. I like the characters to look like they did in the comics, in the films. Is that really so much to ask for? It's the same reason that I wouldn't want Ryan Gosling playing Bishop. I think that Ryan Gosling is a great actor, but at the end of the day, I want Bishop to look the way he looks in the comics, in the animated series, the way that I remember Bishop being. I digress. And in other news, Jon Bernthal is returning to the MCU in Daredevil Born Again as the Punisher. And if this doesn't make you want to go, I don't know what else will. I often give Jon Bernthal crap on this channel about how much he yells as the Punisher, but at the end of the day, he has a truly iconic portrayal of the character. And I think I speak for all of us when I say I'm very excited to see him return to this role. Politics, once again, is infiltrating our world of fandom. The Punisher logo was recently changed in the comics. And if you're a comic book fan, especially a Punisher fan like myself, that Punisher logo is iconic. And for Marvel to have the audacity to change this logo because the police have adopted this logo, the military have adopted this logo, a few random people in a protest were wearing this logo, like seriously? It just doesn't make sense to me. I think that we live in an era where everyone gets offended at everything. I've been guilty of this in the past. Sure, I'll admit that. I think that we all can be guilty of that. No matter where your political views lie, if you're a true comic book fan, I think that you would want to see the character the way they are in the books. The reason I bring all this up though, there has been speculation whether or not we'll see the new Punisher logo in the show when Jon Bernthal reprises his role as the Punisher. Whether or not that's going to happen, I'm not sure. I really hope they don't go that route, but there is that possibility. But the biggest thing to take away here is that Jon Bernthal is returning as the Punisher, which some thought would not happen. I think like a lot of the fans, I was starting to see the signs. We already had Charlie Cox return in Spider-Man No Way Home as the Daredevil. Then he had a very significant appearance in the She-Hulk show. as well as Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. He came back in the Hawkeye series, although he was much, much different than his Netflix counterpart. So really, at the end of the day, this is not surprising to me. At this point, we're just waiting for Kristen Ritter and Mike Coulter to return as Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, respectively. But I'm begging you, Marvel, please, please don't give the Punisher this wacky logo, just based off of controversy that is such a stretch to begin with. That's it for the news this week. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you check us out on TikTok and Instagram at Real Comic Book Cinema. We're also on Facebook. Check us out over at Patreon, patreon.com/comicbookcinema. Until next time, have a great day.